What's up, you guys? Welcome to another episode of Ask Alex, where this is a show where I take all your questions and answer them here on this show. I'm your host, Alex Hampton, and today we have a super jam-packed show today. As always, I want to thank you guys for continuing to watch these episodes. If this is your first time ever watching this show, I would like to personally welcome you to this show, and go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That way you get all the notifications every time I'm releasing an episode of Ask Alex or any other video on my YouTube channel. So thank you for coming back to watch this episode. And if you want your question or topic on this show, all you have to do is just simply send me an email at theaskalexshow@gmail.com. That's theaskalexshow@gmail.com. If you send me an email with a particular topic that you want me to talk about, just send it to me. I will try to get it on this show. I get a lot of questions about a lot of relevant movie news, so just hit me up and I'll be more than happy to answer it. So let's go ahead and jump into the show today. This first question comes from a Mark Cable, and he writes, "Hey Alex, so Jonah Hill has been cast in the new Batman, in the new Matt Reeves Batman movie. I'm so excited for this news because Jonah Hill is an amazing actor. There are rumors that he could be Riddler or Penguin. How do you feel about this new development on the Batman movie?" Well, thank you for your question, Mark. So I'm going to add something to this question, and I'm going to address this question because this is somewhat breaking news. That Jeffrey Wright has now been cast as Commissioner Gordon in the new Matt Reeves Batman movie. So I wanted to acknowledge that as well. I wasn't aware of it prior to the show, but as I was recording and I looked up some stuff, I saw that Jeffrey Wright has been cast as Commissioner Gordon, which I will address. And I think the addition of Jeffrey Wright being cast as Commissioner Gordon is actually amazing. If you watch Jeffrey Wright in any of the films that he's been in, I mean, the guy has some serious chops. He can do serious, he can do comedy, he can do action. I mean, this guy is on another level. And I think that Jeffrey Wright would be amazing Commissioner Gordon. I think this fits the particular Commissioner Gordon that we need for this era. So I'm really interested to see where they're going to take his character and how he's going to be involved with the Batman. Now, to answer your question, Mark, about Jonah Hill being cast in this movie. Now, right now, he's in talks to see which particular character he's going to be in this movie. So there are rumors that he's going to be either Penguin or Riddler. But honestly, to answer the question, I love the fact that he's in the movie, and I think it would be very interesting. I kind of want them to go away from the typical characters, though. Let Jonah Hill be like Calendar Man. Or let him be like, Hush. Or let him be a different, Batman character. I personally, I want to see him play something different other than a Penguin or a Joker. I would love to see him as Penguin. I kind of don't really want to see him as the Riddler. I think the Riddler is kind of not that great of a character. But I do want to see him as maybe the Penguin, more so like Hush or Calendar Man. But I think his addition to this cast is actually amazing because this guy can act, especially in comedy. Jonah Hill is hilarious. I think he can do great things in serious movies, action movies. I mean, Jonah, if you ever watched the movie War Dogs, which I think is a very underrated movie, I mean, the guy has chops. So I am super excited for the new additions to this film, Jeffrey Wright and Jonah Hill. I think that they're going to make this movie amazing. Not really that excited for Robert Pattinson being cast as Batman, but again, I'll have to see it when it comes out. Right now, I think they're going in the right direction in regards to casting. So thank you for your question, Mark. Let's go ahead and jump into the next question, which comes from a Evan Brown, and he writes, "Hey Alex, so James Cameron was asked if he thinks Avatar 2 will surpass Avengers Endgame. And he said that he expects that it will, and anything is possible. Do you believe Avatar will pass Avengers Endgame? Well, thank you for your question, Evan. So James Cameron was asked. He didn't bring this up. He was asked if he believed that Avatar 2 would surpass Avengers Endgame. He was asked by a reporter wanting to know his thoughts about, his up and coming project Avatar 2, which has been pushed back like 50 times. Avatar 2 was supposed to come out in 2013, and then it was supposed to come out in 2014, and then 2016. Now we're in 2019, and we still don't have an Avatar movie. So, yeah. But anyway, to answer the question, do I think it will pass Avengers Endgame? Hell no. And I'll tell you why. And it's not because Avengers Endgame was not just a great movie, but nobody I know is really looking forward to an Avatar 2 movie. When Avatar first came out, and I remember they did the re-release, because I remember seeing it like 2 or 3 times. It was one of the most amazing films brought to cinema, that we saw movies in a different light, especially watching that movie in 3D. There were a lot of craze and buzz for Avatar. I mean, they were doing some things in that movie that, in my opinion, were very unprecedented, that we haven't seen. And I think the fan base for that movie has kind of gone down. Because, again, as I mentioned earlier, Avatar 2 originally was supposed to come out in 2013. Then it was supposed to come out the next year. And then the next year. And then the next year. It's 2019. We're about to end 2019 in December. And we still don't have an Avatar 2 movie. Don't get me wrong, there's still a fan base for it. Disney has adapted it. But I don't really think it's going to surpass Avengers Endgame. The reason why Avengers Endgame made more money than Avatar 2 is solely because from Iron Man 1 up into Avengers Endgame, we got a complete saga of how that story of the Avengers as we know it was told. And you have to understand that when we saw Avengers Endgame, it was literally the end of the MCU's multiple phases as we know it. And we're now starting off something different. Avatar 2, we saw Avatar 1, and the movie was great. But there is no Avatar 2 within the next couple years. So I think anything is possible, yes. But will it surpass Avengers Endgame? I don't think so. The only way I see it passing Avengers Endgame is if the marketing and the buzz outweighs it. That's the only way I see that happening. So thank you for your question, Evan. Let's go ahead and jump into the next question, which comes from an Alan Kent. And he writes, "Hey Alex, so Disney Plus is now available for pre-order right now. I really think that this service is going to take over the world. So do you think Disney Plus will provide a new way we view content?" Well, thank you for your question, Alan. What Alan's referring to literally within the last 48 hours, Disney Plus, you can now pre-order Disney Plus. It's been announced by multiple websites and by Disney itself that you can now pre-order it. They have 2 options on there. You can go to the $6.99 and do the monthly, or you can do the $69.99 where you pay for the whole year of Disney Plus. So, and by the way, I've already pre-ordered it for the whole year. So I have my Disney Plus service straight. I can't wait for it to launch on November 12th. So you can now go pre-order that service if you're interested in getting it. I recommend everybody who is a Disney fan of all their properties to go pre-order it. But to answer your question, well, I think this will provide a new way we view content. I mean, I've said before, give Disney Plus maybe 5 to 10 years. People are going to forget about Netflix. People are going to forget about Netflix. And Disney owns Hulu. They're going to revamp Hulu in a way where we're going to see Hulu become a better version of Netflix. To a degree, people say that they prefer Hulu over Netflix anyway. So, is it going to provide a new way we view content? Yes. Now, this raised the question, will we see more people subscribe to streaming services than going to movie theaters? No, I still think people will still go to the movies and have that communal movie experience. But Disney Plus, and they're starting off with a bang. They're starting off with a humongous bang. And they have the content to prove it. Like I said, Netflix is going to be forgotten. I really think so. It's going to become the Crackles and the different streaming services that people don't use, like Pluto and Tubi TV. No one uses these streaming services like at all. That's why most of them are free. But anyway, if I'm being 100% honest, I do think that it is going to provide a new way we view content. But at the same time, I do think that in most cases, like a Netflix or anything else, it's going to definitely see a decline of how people view those particular services. So thank you for your question. Now let's jump into the final question of the day, which comes from a Steve Lewis. And he writes, "Hey Alex, so it's rumored that RDJ will be in the Black Widow movie. I'm starting to think that this movie is relying on RDJ to make this movie a success. Do you think certain MCU movies need a big character to help support their movies?" Well, thank you for your question, Lewis. Okay, this is something that I've wanted to talk about, but I didn't really know how to address properly. So this is what I will say. It's rumored that RDJ is in the movie. But to answer your question, the lower part of your question, do I think that they need like an RDJ or a Captain America to overhype a certain movie? Honestly, no, if I'm being honest. And then people have said, RDJ was in Spider-Man Homecoming, so was Captain America. Well, here's the thing, and here's the reason why I kind of excuse that. If it wasn't for Robert Downey Jr.'s character Tony Stark providing Peter Parker his suit and essentially giving him the courage to continue doing what he's doing, it's kind of hard not to include Robert Downey Jr.'s character in a Spider-Man movie. I will say, in Spider-Man Homecoming, we probably saw a little bit much of RDJ than we should have, but at the same time, I do feel though his character was very necessary in that movie. Captain America, he was not really in the movie. He was in the movie, but he really wasn't in the movie. So that didn't really do much for Spider-Man's movie. But at the end of the day, do I think that they need certain characters to overhype or hype up a movie? And honestly, no. From what I'm seeing from the Black Widow movie, this movie already looks compelling as it is. We're getting Taskmaster. We're getting Black Widow on her own journey. I think that they have a lot of great compelling components going for this movie. I think RDJ's, if he is in this movie, I think RDJ's involvement in this movie is very small. I don't think he'll be like how he was in Spider-Man Homecoming. I think we may see one or maybe two scenes with him and then that's it. So personally, I think that no, you don't need it. And the reason why I say you don't need it, look at Ant-Man. Look at Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one. Look at somebody, Captain Marvel. I'm willing to bet Captain Marvel would have still been a success if not Nick Fury was in the movie. And granted, people didn't go see that movie because Sam Jackson was in the movie. People saw that movie because we really were interested to see how Captain Marvel was going to be accepted in this MCU. So, overall, no, I don't think we need that. But, I would love to see RDJ in the movie. So, thank you for your question, Steve. And that wraps up my show. Thank you guys for watching this episode of Ask Alex. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please, I want to know what you thought about today's show. Leave a comment below, and so that way we can have a dialogue. And go ahead and follow me on my multiple social medias. That way you can stay up to date on what's going on here at Momentum Media. And please go visit my Patreon page. Every dollar you donate to that page helps support us and create brand new content for our YouTube channel. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. And as always, you have a blessed day.